So what you saw, I was telling you the concept like, okay, a block and inline. So why we need that? Because we are now writing the HTML for this particular template, which is called html5up.net slash stellar. So we know how to just disable the CSS for the entire site by blocking this particular CSS file. So and then we reloaded, then we got only purely HTML only site. Yes, in HTML there are so many tags. So tags have high level classification. Okay. Uh, yeah. So in high level classification, we group them as block tags versus inline tags. And some tags are also, inline block tags. This is another category. Okay. And this is all related to, so we are learning CSS. So we have one property called, what is the property to change a block, inline block? Yeah. The property
Display,
name is
display.
display. So display is a CSS property in that we have block, inline block. Okay. So before coming to the CSS property and understanding what exactly these three things can do, let's inspect and understand some of the block elements, how they look. Let's understand how the inline elements look and inline block elements looks. So with that definition, we will move on to what is called as CSS styling. How I have to write, what is the attribute I should use, how to use class. Okay, why do we add extra divs? Okay, so yeah, I think we will have this much of discussion, and then I'll take up if there are any questions and yeah, whatever additional things we need for this particular page to be converted like this. So we will have a discussion now. Yes. So let's understand first of all, a block tag. The famous example is h2 is a or h1 is a block tag. Yeah, earlier I said, yeah, this might be h1 or h2. So h1 is a block tag. So what do you notice in this? So I can clearly see, though the content of this h1 is very small, be it one word or even multi-word, it is occupying the whole line. Yeah, is it not occupying the whole line? The paragraph which is coming after it is is in the next line. So there is a lot of space which is left out. If you see to the right, we have a lot of space left out. So this is one of the main characteristics of a block tag, where element takes up full width irrespective of its content. Okay. Now this is how we can identify, okay, whether it's a block or inline. Let's see a paragraph. I inspect that and you see still this paragraph also takes full width. Why? So you see that blue shade which is coming once I mouse over, that tells how much the element has occupied or what is its actual width. Yeah. So this is also a block tag. Now let's inspect UL. What do you see? Is it a block or an inline? It's also a block tag taking full width. Fine. Oh, so far we don't find any inline elements only. Here, this is block tag. Yeah. So they always take full width. Fine. Now let's see inspect some inline elements also. So for example, this anchor tag. Can you see the shade around that element? You see this one? You see even this? Okay, this is text, it is not a tag. So you see these tags, only occupy the space how much ever it is required. So the blue shade is only so much as that content needs actually. It doesn't add extra. Clear? But here, paragraph, that is not the case. Even if the content is less or more, it is going to occupy the full width. Now this is one of the difference between inline and block. Okay, there are other important differences also. I think I will describe as and when it is required. For now, just remember this much. Okay. Uh, Again, so as you just understood, so if at all I have block elements, they always come one below the other. If I have in my inline element, if there is a space left out, they will come in the same line. That's how you should understand. And a block stack always starts with a new line, brand new line. Okay. Now, why we talked about block and inline? There's also a nesting, yeah, that we need to understand. Yeah, nesting is so you display one element inside the other element. For example, so we have HTML. Within HTML, we have got body, or within the body, we have got what do we have? Other so many other elements we write. It could be UL. Within the UL, we have got LI. Within the LI, you got anchor tag. So, so the rule I was trying to say, generally we write within a block we can put block elements. Yeah, within block we can also put inline elements, one or more inline elements. But the reverse is not true. So in the inline element, you cannot put a block element. You will be able to place it. HTML will not throw you any error, but the thing which will be missed is, okay, so you will not get the expected behavior as you want. Clear? So this is like nesting. Block inside a block is fine. Yeah, inline inside a block is also fine. All right. Now, since I told you block and inline, there's another type of value, display value, which we can give with the display inline block. Now, what is a display property? As a property, I can use this to control the value of display. So by default, I told you h1 is of type block. So as a person, you should remember this actually. I mean, as a developer who writes, HTML and CSS, you should have an idea and you will remember it. Okay. So P is a block element. Now, by default, these are block elements. But can I change them to inline? Yes, I can change it. How? I have to write CSS. Using what? Display property. So I can write a paragraph. Okay, now I am going to change your display value. So now you take a display value of inline element or inline block element. Possible to change, yeah, this paragraph's display value to inline block. But by default, the display is block element. And using this display property, I can change between all these three values. Block, inline, inline block.